Siyathemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo.
Right. Sanibonani bafundi baka grade 12. I hope you are good. Umesisi Sibia, English first additional language. Unyaka usuphelile. It's just my exams have arrived actually. So we'll just touch on a few topics, but namhlanje sizoyenza, it's part of paper 3. Ngithi paper 3 wethu it's 100 marks. Kuba essay, siyazi kube ama-longer transactional, kuba ama-shorter. But namhlanje ke kuyi-longer transactional, we'll concentrate on the letters, the 2 letters, how to write letters. So our topic for today is writing letters. Siyazi ukuthi this section it's out of 30 marks. So and ama letters again ahlukene, angithi siyazi kukhona i-formal bese kuba khona i-informal. And then ndlela esibhala ngayo futhi it's different when it comes to formal and informal. So wena you have to decide. If you choose a formal letter, you have to follow okubalekile, whatever you choose. Mhlawumbe uthatha i-formal or informal, but you have to fanele ulandele the format. Follow the format. Yini format? Indlela ebhalwa ngayo i-letter. Follow the format and also ama conventions. And also conventions ukuthi ibhalwa kanjani, and also the use of words. I-use of words ke sibiza in one word sithi i-register. So before you decide whether you write the formal, formal or informal, you have to follow the format. Follow the format ukuthi if you decide to ubhale formal letter, so follow the format with i-formal letter ibhalwa kanjani. If you decide to write informal, follow the format and also the conventions and also the use of register, the words that you use, because they are not the same. Amagama wasebenzisa kwi-formal, they are not the same as the ones that you use in the informal letter. Okay, let's look at this. I guess begela. Ngizohlukanisa kanje. This side I will write formal, and this side I will write informal. Right. Formal ngapha, informal ngapha. Right. Informal letter, it can be a letter oyibhalela someone who has a position. One can be a letter to someone who has a position. What do I mean by this? Ngikhaza ukuthini mangithi someone who has a position. Kungaba it's a letter that you are writing to rector we university, or principal, or a manager, or station manager, but it is it's a letter that which you write to somebody who has a position. Njoba ngisho it can be principal, mhlawumbe ubhalela mayor, or rector. And then okunye futhi okufanele understand when it comes to formal is that mhlambe this person that you write to, it's somebody you have never met. You have awumazi, awukaze, you have never met the person, awukaze uzohlangana naye, so awumazi. it's somebody or it's somebody you know but you don't know that well. Mhlawumbe uyamazi but awumazi ngaleyo ndlela like intimate. Mhlawumbe it can be a bank manager, uyayazi but we are not on intimate terms. It can be bank manager, or it can be business owner, somebody who owns a business. Uyamazi but awumjwayele ngaleyo ndlela. So you have okunye futhi mhlambe you are requesting, mhlambe le ncwadi oyibhalayo it's a request for funds. You are requesting funds, or you are thanking somebody, uyambonga ngento ethize, or ucela donation, or mhlambe usenda ama condolences khona umuntu oshonelwe. So lana it's a serious subject. A subject a serious le obhala ngayo, right? Ngalana ku informal. When it comes to informal letter ihlukene la ngithe it's somebody who has a position. Ngala informal it can be ubhalela umuntu, someone that you know. Someone that you know, and also maybe someone that you are close to. Umuntu osondelene naye. Umuntu osondelene naye can be a family member. Can be a family member. It can be a friend. But it's somebody that you know well. And the subject okhuluma ngayo la, it's less serious. Ayifani nale application, ne apology, ne condolences. Subjects la informal, it is less serious. So even ama greetings, the way you greet. Now for some greetings, they are general. It's just general greetings. Hi, mommy, or hi friend. So ama greetings, they are general. Mhlambe you are thanking that person for a gift. Mhlambe ukuphe isipho esithize, or umwishela good luck. Mhlambe uzobhala, or mhlambe uyamcongratulate ukuthi achieve something. So a subject is less serious, right? Sisekhona la ku formal and informal. Sisekhona i-register yakhona, the use of words, right? When it comes to formal again, standard say grammar. It is advanced ngala. Standard of grammar oyisebenzisayo, it's advanced. What do I mean by this? Because uthini mawuthi ene grammar, standard of grammar is advanced, because if vocabulary should amagama owasebenzisayo, if vocabulary yakho is advanced, it is also formal. And also punctuation, how you punctuate, it's different from gala, because gala informal uyakwazi ukwenza ama contractions. I'll, but singala you don't say I'll, I will. It has to be formal, advanced grammar, and then no contractions ngapha. Asingamleli ngala, but ngala informal we use popular expressions. We use popular expressions. Njengo, how is it? Hi. Uyabona ukuthi because this somebody is somebody that you are used to. Umuntu omjwayele. So and even grammar yakhona is not so advanced. It's just standard. Grammar yakho, it is a standard grammar oyisebenzisayo, but it should be phela spelling fanele sibe correct, even though it's a standard grammar, but your spelling should be correct. Ngalana ke we do use ama contractions. We do use ama contractions, njengokuthi nje I'll, instead of saying I will, and then you can say instead of I am. Yeah, it is allowed ngalaga informal, right? Sazowenza ngama examples and see ukuthi yini le esikhuluma ngayo. And then ilento ke again angithi lana ku formal ne informal sizohlukanisa kanje. A degree of formality, there must be a degree of formality. Kube ama greetings ukuthi lo muntu simbingelela kanjani. Kube mhlambe siyambonga, thanks. And then bese kuba ending ukuthi how do we end? Egcineni mase sigcina lapha egcineni sithini, right? When we talk about formal letter, so when you talk formal letter, a degree of formality la, it is very formal. Lana sikhuluma nge-formal letter. The degree is formal. And also when it comes to greetings, if it's a formal letter, you have to say dear. It's a greeting, I need dear sir, or dear madam, or mhlambe you're writing to a professor, you address him or her as professor, or it's a doctor, or maybe Mr. or Mrs. But uyabona la ukuthi greeting injani, it is formal. Mosubonga futhi it has to be formal as well. Mhlambe uyabonga, I am grateful. I am grateful for whatever, or mhlambe umuntu kwenzele something, so uyambona ukuthi enikhonto omkweleta yona, then you can say I am indebted. Yeah, I'm indebted to you for whatever, or I would like to thank you, or you can say I would like mhlambe uyabonga into akwenzele yona, I would like to thank you for whatever leyo ufuna ukubonga. Egcineni, if you again, when it comes to informal, if you're writing to somebody that you don't know, like we said dear sir or dear madam, so egcineni you are going to say yours faithfully. It has to be yours faithfully because I must. But if you addressed him as Professor Ngwenya, so we are Mazilomunt, you have called him by name, so your ending will be yours sincerely because you called him or her by name. Yours faithfully, or yours sincerely, or yours truly. Usincerely ke siyomsebenzisa ama ukuthi lo muntu sim address ngegama lakhe, instead of saying dear, if instead of saying dear sir or madam or professor or doctor, if sim address ngegama lakhe or dean so and so, then you can use yours sincerely. But if it's just dear sir or dear madam, then your ending will be yours faithfully, and then you write your name at the name. Okay, this is for a formal degree of formality. But when it comes to informal, and it's informal, it has to do with somebody omaziyo. So greeting yakhona is not so formal. Indlela obingelela ngayo it's not so formal. You can mhlawumbe ubhalele auntie wakho, you can say dear auntie, or dear uncle, or friend, and then usuyabonga ke la. When it comes to thanking, you can say thanks so much. When it comes to thanking, You can say thanks so much. Thanks so much for what you did. Or angithi ngithe ama contractions avunyelwe, and then you can say I'm grateful. We are going to say a contract la. Asisho ukuthi I am grateful, like we did ngale ka formal. I'm grateful for whatever, or I appreciate. Ngibonga konke eningenzele khona, whatever they did for you. And then ekugcineni, when it comes to ending la, ending ayikho yours faithful, it's not so formal. You cannot say yours faithful or yours sincerely, but you can, if you are writing to your mother or your father, you can just say your son, or your daughter, or your loving daughter, or you can just say with love, and then you write your name, because umuntu omaziyo. And also when we greet, if it's not it's not the formal one, we are allowed to say hi or hello, because we are mazumuntu. Or you can even say how is it, because you are writing to your friend. We are mas, how is it? That is abanye, they can even say hey dude. That is also allowed, because you are writing to a friend. Hey dude, that is allowed. And also mosubonga, thanks, nice one, can use all those. Or cheers, ekugcineni, cheers, so and so, or see you soon, because it is not so formal like in the formal letter, right? And then angithi ama informal letters, these are the letters that you write to family. These are the letters that you write to friends. So itone yakhona, when it comes to informal letter, tone indlela obhala ngayo, your tone is conversational. It's like uyaxoxa vele. It's a conversation. So the tone is conversational, and it is also friendly, because umngani wakho, uma wakho, aunt wakho, colleague yakho, somebody omaziyo. And when it comes because ngithe in as much as informal, but register fanele ibe formal as well, and you have to follow the rules. The rules have to be followed, whether it's formal or informal. And then when it comes to the informal letter now, informal letter, you write the address, and it's very omabili anama address. You write the address, and the address must be written in full. Address ayiphelele, ekugcineni you write the date, you skip a line, you write the date, and also the date must be in full. Right. Then you skip a line. So you are greeting greetings, depending on who are you writing to. If you are writing to your mother, you just say, after you skip the line, hi mom, hi dad, hi friend, or umbizenge gama. And then ekugcineni you write whatever you are writing, and then ekugcineni you can say cheers, or you can say love, then you write your name, love so and so, because it's somebody omaziyo, it's somebody omjwayele. Right. And let's check again when it comes to the formal letter now. Formal letter, ama addresses mangaki, they are two, mabili. You write your address. This is now formal. You write your address. Don't forget to write, and then the address you also write it in full. Ubhala i-address ngokugcwele. And then you skip a line, and then you write the date, and also you write the date in full. You don't say 2/9/2021, you say 2 September 2021. It is in full, both addresses. And then bese kuba address ngala ye recipient, shuthi address lo muntu owenze njani ombhalelayo, the address of the recipient. Now you write it in full. Once you've written the address in full, and then bese kuba isalutation angithi siyabingelela la. Salutation it can be dear sir or dear madam. Salutation, and then after the salutation there should be a subject line. Yini subject line? There should be a subject line. Yini subject line? Subject line is into phela obhala ngayo, and whatever that subject obhala ngayo, subject line yakho after you've written the salutation, it has to be underlined. Subject line must be underlined. It should be underlined. Ukhane lo muntu mayibheka nje lencwadi uyazi already ukuthi what does the letter entail, izokhuluma ngani. Mhlambe you are requesting for a funding. Mhlambe for example, e.g. you are writing to request for a funding. This is the subject line. So it's after you've written salutation, it has to be underlined, finally underlined. And then githeke egcineni uyabhala ke whatever okubhalayo. Ngathi mina if lo muntu lo addressile addresse ngegama, so you allowed egcineni when you end uzothi yours sincerely, right? If ukuthi and you don't know the person, then you are going to write yours faithfully, because unjani awumazi lo muntu. I guess bheke la mhlambe it's a letter for a request. Mhlambe khona into oyicelayo, it can be a letter still on formal letters, letter of request. Khona into oyicelayo, or it can be a letter for apologies. Mhlambe khona into oyixoliselayo oyonile. And then apologies la when it's apologies, sometimes la you have to explain. Fanele uchaze, you have to explain your actions. Ukuthi mhlambe I was wrong for doing this and this. You have to explain your actions. It is also formal. And then if it's a letter of request, nakhona futhi i-subject leyo or requesta ngayo, ngithe subject line must be underlined. Whatever obhala ngakho, there must be a subject line, and that subject line ifanele yenze njani i-underline, and then usuwenze njani ke usuhlala endabeni ukuthi ubhala ngani, then egcineni you know your ending, how it should end, whether it's yours faithfully or yours sincerely, and usubhala ke igama lakho ke. Ama letters ke isikhathi esiningi depending ukuthi eyani. Mhlambe it's a letter you are applying for a job. Okay, I guess sithi la you are applying for a job. Ufuna ini umsebenzi. You are applying for a job, or you are doing a bursary application. Mhlambe uapplyela i-bursary ukuthi ukwazi ukuyofunda. Can be applying for a job, or it's a bursary application, right? These are two. They should have what we call a covering letter. Angithi uzoyibhala i-CV yakho, mhlambe i-CV yakho isikhona vele. So but it must be accompanied. I-CV yakho ayiphelezelwe i-covering letter. Ngaba i-covering letter for umsebenzi, or i-covering letter for i-bursary application. Yini i-covering letter? Sifakani la kwi-covering letter le esifakayo. Covering letter it's very brief and to the point. Imfishane awuxoxi story eside. It is very brief because it's about your education. Covering letter, it is about your education. Mhlambe or work experience. Mhlambe ukuthi usebenze kuphi. What is your work experience? Covering letter. And also it's bese kuba ke vele ngizohambisana nani ne-CV as well. Okay, i-covering letter yakho ake sibheke la kwi-covering letter, because ezinye amanye when it comes to applications bathi bali covering letter as well. Musa uba confused ukuthi yini yona le ngizoqala ngithini, ngibhala in lapho bafunani yini covering letter, ngicover in. This is what you cover when it comes to covering letter. You say covering letter, you say which position, yipi i-position or i-bursary, whatever you are applying for. Mhlawumbe ubona i-advert ethile, then i-covering letter yakho isizochaza ukuthi advert ye-paper this date, position advertised kanje. So we say which position or which bursary you are applying for, right? You are applying for. Mhlambe ngijoba ngisho ukuthi mhlambe it will be a reference. It will be a reference to the advert. Mhlambe you are referring with reference to an advert oyibonile that you are responding to. And also we covering letter fanele uchaze again, briefly explain, chaza, briefly explain how and why you are suitable for the position or for that bursary. Chaza ke kancane ukuthi wena uyibona, briefly explain how or why. Kubo bonke labantu aba-applyile fanele kukhethwe wena, why you are suitable. Yindaba kubo bonke labantu abawu-30 aba-applyile fanele kukhethwe wena, why you are suitable for the position. If it's a job, if it's a bursary, why the bursary must be given to you. You briefly explain. Lana ke, we're covering letter in as much as it is short and brief. Sell yourself. Sell yourself. What do I mean? Grade 12 man, sell yourself. Zidayise. Yenza umuntu oyifunda covering letter abone ukuthi hayi ngiyamthatha lo. Sell yourself. Zidayise. Kanjani? By describing your personal qualities. Sell yourself by zichaze phela. Angithi abakwazi, by describing your personal qualities. Uyabona? And then usuyayibhala ke, and then ama address ke, and then angithi ama address ngishilo ngathi ama address awu2. Eyakho i-address la, it's your address, with the date, and then address of the recipient, and then salutation, TSA or medium or whoever, and then it's an application, so it's in a subject line. Subject line yakho, it's application for the position of trainee manager. That is your subject line. And then usuyabhala lapho. When you write, njengoba ngithe sell yourself, you can use descriptive words. Angithi uyazichaza la. We are selling yourself. Use descriptive words. Njengamapha ama-descriptive words. Mhlambe usebenza so capable. I'm capable, ngiyakwazi ukwenza ukuthi, or mhlambe I'm competent. Ngiyakwazi ukwenza into ethize, or ngi-resourceful. People can resourceful. Abantu, they can get something from me. Or I'm a hard-working individual. I'm hard-working. Or I'm reliable. People can lean on you, bangathemba abantu, because you are reliable. or you are trustworthy. They can trust you, or also we can also say all these descriptive words, or you are responsible as well. You are a responsible individual who takes some initiative. What you are doing here, we are dayisa. You are selling yourself. We are dayisa. Your application about maybe we can call this person for an interview. Kesimuzweke manje sekhuluma ukuthi ayidayisa ukuthi ngempela lezi ndabhale ngazo la zikhona yini noma azikho, right? And then mhlambe you are writing a letter to the press, ubhalela ipress. If it's a letter to the press, ithe ukuba different ke lona. Letter to the press, it's a bit different kanjani? I guess ibheke la letter to the press. Letter to the press kungaba mhlambe you are writing a letter to the press because you are complaining. It can be a letter of complaint. Khona into okhalaza ngayo, or you just want to show gratitude, uyabonga. Or mhlambe you want to show gratitude, uyabonga something, or you want to raise an awareness. Khona into ofuna ukubaqashisa ngayo, raise awareness. Nakhona futhi language esebenzayo la, it's formal and also it's also emotive. It's emotive language. Nakho ke engithe kuhlukene kancane when it comes to the letter to the press. I-letter to the press ihluke kancane kanjani. I-address, angithi if you write to the press, you are writing to the newspaper, angithi. It's ubhalela iphepha elithizeni. Right. So i-address kuhluke kancane kanje. I-address yakho, angithi usually address sibhala ngala. I-address yakho. But lana when it comes to newspaper or press, the address of the newspaper la ubhalela khona must be on the top, alangayo phezulu, top left hand corner. Uqala ngayo, awuqali ngeyakho la ngaka right. On the top left corner you write the address, and then ubhaleke whatever obhala ngayo, and then ekugcineni, okay, it's greetings, say dear sir or dear madam, and then topic obhala ngayo ukuthi ingane, and then wena ke as the writer, the writer ke manje wena i-address yakho, the address of the writer appears, the writer's address appears lapha ekugcineni, appears at the bottom lapha ekugcineni after siqedile letter yakho, at the bottom of the letter below, and then bese kuthi ngezansi ubhala address yakho, and then below that address, and then below you write your name. So uzoqala, if it's a letter to the newspaper, la on the top left hand corner ubhala address of the newspaper, ubhale whatever subject okhuluma ngayo, then ekugcineni or still or ngalanga ka left, so you write your address and then you write your name ekugcineni, because it's a bit different in letter to the press. And then I guess sithi ke manje, while still, because still masikhuluma ngama formal and informal letters, iyangena i-CV as well. I-CV, yini i-CV? I-CV, when you write i-CV is a summary. Kahle kahle usuku summarize ngawe. It is a summary of your education, ukuthi ufundephi, and also and achievements. Ngifunde la from this year and then ngosuka kulonyaka wathini and these are my achievements. Ayizoba indege eyakho because vele you haven't been exposed that much. As uqhubeka nokufunda, as you accumulate uthole ezinye izinto, then ne-CV yakho you add on your CV. But i-CV nje noma kuthiwa ke umuntu ongakanani ofunda kanani, i-CV nje, one thing that you need to know about the CV ukuthi i-CV you don't write it by hand. Awuyibhali ngesandla. It should be typed, not handwritten. Finally, ibe typed, and also it should not be longer than 2 pages. Not longer than 2 pages. Ayingabi more than 2 pages. And also, finally, okunye futhi ofanele ukwazi, finally ibe neat, and also ibe clearly laid out. Kanjani? Qala nje lapha phezulu kwi-CV, qala ngani? Qala ngama personal details akho. You start with your personal details. Yini ama personal details? My personal details, 1, igama lakho. Your name amsana nani nesename angithi. Igama lakho nesibongo. Bese kuba i-date of birth. Bese kuba your ID number. Kubi address yakho, your physical address. Abanye bafaka nama point physical ne postal. Your address can be physical and also postal. And then bese kuba ama contact details. Sekufanele bakufonele phela labantu bazokufonela kuphi. Contact details. I'm saying an email address if you have it. Your nationality. African, colored, and also language, the language that you speak, whatever. And then after you've written my personal details, so I can seal it. Basically, excuse me. Basically, my education qualifications. Educational qualifications. Educational qualifications. Mhlambe la ufunde khona secondary school. And then bese kulandela i-work experience mawukuthi uke wasebenza. Mhlambe uke ba waiter or waitress endaweni ethize. Work experience. Mhlambe khona amanye ama skills onawo, other skills. And also bese kuba nama referees. Ma referees are the people or abantu abangathi mabebe bafonela bakwazi ukuthi benze njani, bakurecommend, basho ukuthi they know you kanje. So konke all these fall under section B of your paper 3 la kulonga transactional. But namhlanje kade nje senza formal and informal letter. Just to quickly recap, kuwo konke lokho ekade sikwenza, siyazi ukuthi when it comes to informal letter ayifani inhlobo ne-informal letter. Githe language register that we use is not the same. Ngala it's formal, ngala it is informal. Ngala informal ama contractions we can use them, and also we can use a little bit of slang, but still we should keep it under informal. Says we are writing formal English. And sasa sishut ngala ku formal standard se grammar. Ku formal standard is advanced, because you are writing to a person you don't know, or a person that you know, but it's more on a formal note, because it's maybe we are applier, or we are complainer, or we are bonga, or send ama condolences. Kanti ngalana ama expressions we use popular expressions ngala informal, because vele umuntu esimjwayele is somebody that you are used to and all that. Ngase ngasho ke futhi again ukuthi if it's somebody that you know with formal letter, umatressing egama lapha egcineni, you can just say yours sincerely. But if it's formal like DSA or medium, then it's yours faithfully. But with informal, you can say mom or Zanele or hi or hello, because it's somebody that you know. And egcineni, you can just you can say cheers, thanks, because umuntu onjani omaziyo. So it's not that formal. Again, my addresses we informal iyodwa, but again iyodwa injalo, it must be written in full, and i-date ibhalwe futhi in full. Lapha egcineni uyasho ukuthi iphuma kubani incwadi. If it's formal, my addresses are 2, and they are also written in full. Bese uba salutation, bese uba ne subject line la okhuluma subject line shuthi ephathele ngalento okhuluma ngayo, and the subject line again must also be underlined. Bese yasho ukuthi ukhuluma ngani, ufuna ini, or ya request or whatever. Then egcineni ke usuyavala ke lapha. And then ngase ngasho futhi ukuthi kuba nama covering letters sometimes. Covering letter amsana ne CV. Covering letter ngachaza futhi ukuthi I covering letter ihambisana na CV, but I covering letter yona iyasho ukuthi uapplyela yini position uapplyelayo, mhlambe ngaba iposition or mhlambe ngaba ibasari. Ngase ngithi futhi lapho covering letter you sell yourself, uyayidayisa kanjani by describing your personal qualities, ukuthi these are my strong points. Mina ngistrong la, ubale nama weak points akho, because akekho umuntu o strong nje yonke indawo. You can include your weak points, your strong points. You are selling yourself all, and also you can include a little bit of your weak points, and then you also briefly explain why and how you are suitable for the position leo apply layo. And then bese ke uyabhala ukuthi ene whatever obhala ngakho. Ngase ngithi ke futhi if it's a letter to the press, i-address ilapha left hand corner, uyabhala address ye-newspaper, ubhala i-story sakho, storyline and everything. And then lapha egcineni after usugcina usubhala ke manje your address same on the bottom, at the bottom lapha kodwa on the left hand side corner you write your address, and then ubhala igama lakho ke egcineni, right? And then what I forgot to mention, lapha kwi letter to the press, I forgot to mention ukuthi ama greetings, letter to the press, I forgot to mention this. Ukuthi lapha kwi letter to the press, when you greet, ama greetings is just say or madam. Asimsebenzisi udear, no dear. Asishuti dear say, we just say or madam, we letter to the press. My greetings just say or madam, then the topic stated bese kubake ukuthi yini le topic ofuna ukukhuluma ngayo, and then egcineni you write your address same under the same margin line, and then after also written your address, and then usubhala your name as well. Then bese by CV Shouldn't be long. It's 2 pages. It's just a summary of education yakho nama achievements akho, and okunye ke ayibhalwa ngesandla, ifanele ithashwe and ibe neat, ibe clearly laid out, ihlukanise ama personal details akho, la kunegama lakho, education qualifications, na konke lokho, secondary school ufundephi, work experience if you have worked, ama skills akho, the interest, nama hobbies. Abanye they call them hobbies. My skills of interest or my hobbies. You state what are your hobbies, and then ekugcineni ke bese kuba ama referees. Usually you see by 2 or 3 ama referees, people that know you well, abantu abakwaziyo ungathi mangabe befonela bakwazi ukuchaza ngawe. You know abantu abakwazi kahle. It can be your class teacher or your principal or umfundisi wasesontweni or whoever umazi ukuthi this, or your sister or your brother or your cousin, but a referee must be somebody who knows you well, ukuthi if they call bebuza ngawe, lo muntu uzokwazi ukuthi akhulume into positive ngawe, something ezokwazi ukuthi ikudayisele ukuthi uyithole that position or uyithole leyo basari or whatever you're applying for. Ozobhala umuntu enixabana naye because uzosho yonke into ezoba negative. So you look for somebody owazi ukuthi that person knows you well and uzokurecommenda kahle whatever kufanele abazombuza khona. Yeah, that's about it when it comes to formal and informal letter. We've come to the end of the lesson. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Ningakhohlwa ukuthi nisengathokozela ezinye izifundo eziyisithupha kanye nezengeziwe i-learner wellness, i-career guidance kanye ne-advanced program. Hlanganyela nathi kwizifundo ezi-online ku-068 151 1072 noma ku-GoDigi@godigitalsa.today. Siyabonga.